I'm curious of your time here in this profession. What do you feel like your biggest lesson you've learned is?
In this business, you have to lead with your heart and not your wallet.
We have one chance to get it right, so that there are no rehearsals in the funeral business. So the way that we treat a family will affect them for a lifetime, whether positive or negative, and we want it always to be a positive experience.
That we all have the power to heal. We have the power to help someone else heal. Tiny things that you don't think amount to much have the power to transform people, to transform their mood, to lift them out of their sadness.
There are so many great people in this country, and they are all out there helping people in their community and really want people to do better. They want to give them a hand up. They want to give them, let me help you in any way I can.
A funeral director is committed. I mean, it is a ministry for them. It's not just a business.
One of the important things I learned is that for many of the people, it can be just one small thing as part of the service, or a memento, or a picture, or something that can make that huge emotional difference.
Funeral directors wake up every day and they take a portion of their happiness and their contentment, and they sacrifice a little bit of that to sit with a family that's grieving, to be that shoulder to cry on. And that's commendable, you know?
Even though some days it's really tough, at the end of the day, you just feel really good going home. And it's counterintuitive that you're dealing with loss and all this other stuff, but you get a real sense of, I don't know, accomplishment.
Be here, be in the now. Be thankful for who you are, where you are, what you have.
I think what I've learned is just how important a professional funeral director is in all aspects of pre-planning and at need. And I think sometimes they're taken for granted.
What heroes funeral directors and funeral service people really are in their communities.
Absolutely. You don't always need to say something. People just want to be heard. And especially, you know, at the worst times in their lives.
It's amazing to see a really professional, experienced funeral director work different situations with empathy and grace and professionalism. It's just amazing.
I think the biggest lesson I've learned is doing what's right for people always ends up being what's right for business.
You hear once in a while a story that reminds you how vitally important we all play in this world. You know, it's kind of like that movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Sometimes we don't fully understand what an impact and what a significance somebody has had in our life until they're gone.
You have to put everything about yourself aside and realize this is not about you, this is about them. And how are you going to help them get through this journey we call grief? It doesn't matter if you've had a bad day today, they've had a worse day. So you got to be patient and you got to just love people.
Definitely patience and understanding. There's no magic timeline. Someone might be able to heal in 2 days, and someone might be able to heal in 20 years, and someone might never quite really get over it.
I think death really reinforces that life matters, all life matters, and that we need to love and care for each other. And I think we need to be mindful of how we interact even behind a keyboard.
You never know when that day will come. So keep in contact with your family, tell your family you love them, hug them, treat each day like it's your last, because, you know, accidents happen every day, things happen every day that are unexpected.
Don't be afraid to fail, right? I mean, people always say, you know, oh, if I did this right now, I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, well, if it doesn't work, okay, move on. Don't dwell on it, move on. You know, that's one of the things I could say.
If you messed up, just own it. You know, don't kick the can down the road. You know, just say, listen, I dropped the ball. I am so sorry. You know, you get one chance to get it right. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just don't. And, you know, and whatever your isms or languages,
is to impart, to say, yeah, this, we get one chance to get it right and we didn't. How can we fix this?
That fear of death exists, and everybody knows they're going to have to face it. Everybody knows that at some point in time they're going to have to come into a funeral home and make funeral arrangements. But there's a hesitation, as a general rule, I believe, for people to pick up the phone and make a phone call. And so people, they need help, and they don't know who to call, they don't know where to start, and it's our job to reach out to them.
People from the outside looking in always say and joke that death care is recession proof. But I would say we've recently learned it's not the case. I'd say that kind of teaches me that you can't ever take anything for granted in business. You always need to stay focused on trying to improve the lot of your customer.
I mean, death it's taboo, but it shouldn't be taboo. Like, I've learned in the past few years that, don't shy away from talking about it. If somebody wants to talk about how they planned and they picked out their gravestone and their plot and they know what the songs yes, I will be that ear for them.
I think, technology is forever changing, and it's changing fairly rapidly. And I think that as leaders, you need to be responsive, you need to be reflective, and you need to be always willing to update and make changes accordingly.
Just answering those important questions for the families. A lot of families, answer why did this happen? How is it going to happen to me, or can it happen to me? Being able to answer those, it's very life-changing for the family.
The importance of memorialization, and that families have entrusted us with their loved ones for eternity. So it's a big responsibility that, we need to be here forever. We want to keep the place as beautiful as it is forever. And therefore, we have a financial responsibility to maintain the assets the way we do so that we can take care of this place and ensure that the families that trusted us with their loved ones, that they'll be taken care of forever.
I have found that every family is unique. Every family is an original. Many don't like the restraints of a package when it comes to how they select their funeral service. They like the option of picking and choosing.
Patience. There's a lot of anxiety that comes with losing a loved one besides dealing with the pandemic. So I would think additional patience.
If you aren't having a remembrance service, then maybe consider having something jointly in the community with hospitals or churches or first responders and other people to bring the community together.
This is probably going to be flattering to a lot of the people that might watch this, but I think coming into the industry, you come in with a kind of preconceived notion of what a funeral director is like. And I've just come to realize after 12 years doing this, just how empathetic, how kind, how compassionate, how caring funeral directors are.
Like Funeral Innovations, I've tried to place myself in a way where, what can I do that takes something off your plate and delivers a really good service to your family, something that you're proud to be associated with, but something that now you don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm going to take this off your plate and help you out with this.
Everybody has a story. Whether it's good, bad, some, oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened type of a story. But once you get people talking about it and get them over the actual fear of the topic itself, they're pretty engaging.
Be sure and give support to your mind, your body, and your spirit, as well as to those you are serving, so that your business is well-rounded and meets the needs of the individual, the family, and the community.
The little part that we play in raising that level of service and helping people out in a very difficult time in their life, it really makes it motivating to wake up each day